Yo, what's going on YouTube? I'm Pods. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make lives that look as good as possible when it comes to streaming and recording and such. Because there are a few things that people don't really take into mind when it comes to live splits and to OBS and such. And it can be really weird for people to get like a hang of how someone is able to get live split working. So I'm just going to make like a quick tutorial explaining what would be best to be done when it comes to live split and how I personally would go about making a layout when it comes with live split in mind. So first, for reference, I've done many different layouts of live split. Let me just show one of the main examples. This is like a pretty big one, and yeah, this is like how I would normally do it. If you want to just try and copy a similar idea, feel free, but like, So first off, I'm gonna go into, this is, as you see, the default live split layout. As you can see, I have sub-splits. You can just make it normal splits, but like, whatever you decide would be really useful here. So I'm gonna go into edit layout, and let me just go over a few things that you may need when it comes to live split that not many people keep in mind. First off, I go for the title, and go into the layout. First off, it would be a good idea for people to just change everything so that it's just one color. You can have it so that everything is just multiple colors, if you so want. But in my opinion, well, it can be different if you want to like test around, play around with some stuff. But personally, what I do is if I have like a different comparison or anything like that, I would rather have everything in one color in order to make it look really nice when it comes to splits. Splits, I suggest, if you want to use sub-splits, you can do that, but then again, you still have to do the exact same thing, so my thing here, I just want this to be 0. Total splits, I have 15 with... It's a good idea, in my opinion, to have splits that go around the middle of the road. So say for example, if I have, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me just go to a comparison link here. You want to be able, as you can see, this is not it. You want to, if I set this to 7, no, actually, no, not 7, 5. As you can see, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 splits ahead, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, 5 splits in front, 5 splits behind. Now, you don't have to do this, but this would really make live split look really cool, because you can see 6 splits ahead and 6 splits behind of you. That really looks cool, in my opinion. Something that people don't really take into account when it comes to timers is this, as timers can actually cause a lot of lag when it comes to streaming. It can be a bit of a weird thing to keep in mind. Timers, as you can see, if it has decimals like the 0.2 or 0.23, it can cause a bit of extra lag on your stream. If you don't have any kind of if you don't have any good PC, a good suggestion I do is get rid of these decimals for both comparisons, because you're not doing it yourself any favors in that case. And subsplits. Now let me just go over to subsplits. Change everything so it looks tidy with one color max, and keep everything to about one decimal of time for accuracy. So here's what I usually have on my subsplits. Deltas, you can have do like this, split times like this, and then this is how this would look. Not exactly like that, but you know, you do get an idea. I have the section time shows this. What I really like doing is having separators in my layout. So I have a separator here, and then separators can be really useful if you want to separate out your comparisons or content and stuff. So say if I have world record, title here, world record, splits, detail timer, and then information, I can have previous segment, wait no, previous segment, you can, I'm gonna change my, so it shows possible time save in hundreds, and I really like it when I have possible time save shown in the hundreds decimal. Run prediction. Many people ask how I change run prediction to best possible time. You do this, or if you want to use average current pace and a predicted time, you can do that. That works really well as well. It's kind of underrated. Sum of best is a common one, and all of that. Now, people actually do kind of ask how to get Livesplit looking really good on stream. I did not mean to put that on a chroma key, god damn it. Now, as you can see right here, this as a Livesplit concept doesn't really look too... It looks good, it gets the job done, looks nice. But something I suggest doing with Livesplit is to make it look as large as possible without having it cover the entire screen. So, well, it's covering as much of the screen as possible. So what I do is I shift and I drag the mouse so it goes as far as possible. Like, say, something like this. Then, if you look at this now, you compare this to what it was before, you can see that it looks a lot nicer. Then, when it comes to layout that I see people do, a suggestion that many people don't really take into account, don't attack sightlines, see the alpha here? A stands for alpha. Kick that up to 1, and you will see a difference with these splits, and it looks a lot nicer, within my opinion. Now, as an idea, I suggest changing the font a little bit so that fonts are consistent. You can fiddle around with it. Look at whatever fonts you think can be readable at a low quality. You don't want your fonts to be too big or too small. Good ones I suggest are Sidor UI. Vidana's a pretty good timer font. Don't use any big ones for text like Sidor UI Black. It would be way too hard for people to read. And Arial's a good one. Arial's just classic. The Homa is also a good one. But yeah, as that would be a very good example of how to make a Livesplit layout look good. You want to change your splits a little bit. I suggest maybe knocking it down a little bit more, and if I get rid of the indent, change the timer so the timer can be a lot more readable. It's always things that people don't really put into mind. Yeah, other than that, that's all I really needed to explain how to make readable, good Livesplit. So here's how the Livesplit looks now. If I change my, hang on. I don't want this to be too big actually, because I just realized that would just move my PB and best comparison segment label. Also, again, same thing here. 14. I go Sidor UI historic. 14. Sidor UI historic. And as you can see, splits look really nice. You can do whatever you want to fiddle around with this. This doesn't have to be like a be-all end-all to all layouts, but this really can be a start if anyone needs any help on making like Livesplit layouts. This could be a very good start. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll see you all.